Hello, Shivakiran.
Hi da Vishal, how are you?
I am fine. How about you?
Hi bro, I am also fine. Where are you now?
I am at vacation in my grandfather's town. How about you, Shivakiran?
Nothing bro. This year we had a lot of work at our mango farm, so I could not find time for the vacation. Did you find any problem statement regarding our smart product design course?
Yeah, bro. I found something interesting related to agriculture itself.
Oh, nice. Then what's the problem then?
I went along with my grandpa this week to the godown to sell the harvest of the year, bro.
That's nice, bro. What happened there then?
Bro, then they fixed some nominal price for each gunny bag, which had some 80 kgs of grains and being handled by laborers with hooks. It tore the gunny bag and the grain spoiled. It fall onto the floor, bro.
What? How did this happen? If this type of things happens, then it will lead to the wastage of brains, no, bro.
Yes, of course, bro, but it's not the fault of the laborers. It's the only way. Hooks are the only way that they can handle the bags, right? And adding to this, even 4 5 people counted the number of gunny bags. They lost 10 bags in counting. You know how it was.
Yeah, these things are very common, bro.
You know, this resulted into a fight, and hopefully recounting resolved it. You know where it might have went.
Yeah, but this seems like a common problem. Then why can't we take up this as our smart product design problem statement? What is your opinion on this, bro?
Sure, it's a good point. Let's hop in, bro.
Hello guys, this is our topic that we chose for our smart product design project, and this is artificial intelligence enable agriculture, food and public robotics tracker for mechanized distribution of loading and unloading of food grain. And this is our team, which consists of Anjana Narayanan, Shiv Kiran, and myself Vishal A S. Wait.
These are the processes in current scenario of state and central government's godowns. Basically, in the godowns, stacking and destacking of the bags will be done, and also these are loaded into the wagons manually by the laborers. The food grains on the bags from the truck and stacking them inside the godown will be done majorly by the laborers. Who is the customer? This our problem comes under the Department of Food and Distribution, and also the domain of our problem statement is agriculture, food tech, and rural development. Our primary customer is the FCI, who is Food Corporation of India, and also the other customers includes the farmers, agriculture companies, food processing and packaging companies, etc. The problems faced by the customers are discussed in the further coming slides. The food grains collected by the government from all over the places are stored in some godowns, and from these godowns, food grain is moved to the deficient states from the surplus states throughout the country. During these movements, the operations involves processes like stacking or destacking of the bags, carrying the bags, loading into the wagons. These are all done by the laborers. These activities require intensive labor, and also our FCA, which is the Food Corporation of India, is keen to find the innovative solutions for this problem and also to minimize the dependency of labor. FCA wants to explore the option of artificial intelligence enabled robots taker for mechanized loading or unloading of the bags by adapting to the best available technologies. These are the major problems faced by the customers during the loading and unloading of the food grains bags. This includes the huge labor costs which they will demand as per the number of bags. During this process, it also damages the bags because they use hooks for loading and unloading. And also it takes a lot of time to do this work. For this process, it requires skilled laborers to arrange the bags in an order. Otherwise, it may lead to the other problems also. And also using the hooks, it damages the gunny's bags and it results in the wastage of food grains. Usually, laborers ask for 20 to 30 rupees depending on the demand for the food grains. And if this happens, the farmer who has more number of food grain bags will have to pay a lot of money. Food grains have to be loaded into the bags and they have to be unloaded and stacked again into the godown. All this process involves a lot of labor and it takes a lot of time for stacking and destacking. After destacking and stacking the bags into the godown, they have to be counted. During this process of counting the bags, it may lead to the wrong count. The common logistical problem is inefficient use of the space available in the godown. For this, proper utilization of the space can be done by using the AI, artificial intelligence. Using AI-enabled robotic stacker, they can easily identify the correct location for the gunny bags and place them in a proper order. The coming slides will be explained by teammate Vishal A S.
Hello, this is Vishal A S, and coming to the user segment of our problem statement, here there can be several users, but as far as till now we have been focusing on Food Corporation of India, state government agencies, and things like that. But coming to other parts like other users, they can be farmers and some private agriculture companies, food processing and packaging companies, food distributors and retailers, and even the logistic companies which are nowhere related to agriculture domain. Still, they have their own problems which can be solved by this robotic stacker thing. Farmers and agriculture companies only require to load and unload the food grains for distribution and stocking it, whereas food processing companies might require to automate the entire loading and unloading to prevent contamination and improve quality control. Whereas food distributors and retailers want their supply chain management to be top notch so that there won't be much stocking or surplus input, lots of demand. And then finally, here comes the private logistics. They have something more familiar with previous three of the users. Yeah, now these robotic stackers will also increase the efficiency of the entire loading and unloading to a great extent. First, first things first, this will reduce a lot of labor costs, improve the efficiency of the entire process, and also you can plan it for all the distribution centers and all the godown centers, and you can have a centralized system which can be connected by internet or some other means. And also inside the warehouse, you can plan the route with AI in such a way that the paths which are taken will be so optimized and short time taking. You can plan the entire warehouse or godown with with the AI algorithm and the existing food grains that is present and where you can store it. You can optimize the entire layout, which is which will be well planned and well efficient than human plan. And also AI will also learn the existing conditions, whatever the input we given as data, and will implement it also. Yeah, you can also improve the accuracy of the entire loading and unloading process, and also efficient management of the space inside warehouse. Placing the particular food grain at particular place, it will be that accurate. And also while you are lifting, transporting, in those occasions, the process will be so accurate in such a way that the food grains won't get damaged. And also finally, the counting also will never get missed, so that what we spoke previously as a problem will be solved totally. And coming to the safety part that arises from the robotic stackers doesn't have any limitations that of humans. It can lift whatever load it is designed for. And also there is no such complications like back pain or strain in the back, strain in the arms, and all those things. The risk of getting injured also is very less. And it can also have a lot of prevention mechanisms like warning mechanisms or emergency mechanisms, so that whenever emergency situation has been encountered, you can stop the entire system, and you can stop people getting injured or property getting damaged also. And it can also rectify these places where there are inadequate training of warehouse people, some inventory errors, and lack of where people might be lacking some understanding of the protocol, safety protocols, but the machine will never do such mistakes. Yeah, coming to the part of cost effectiveness, and it is clear that investing in robotic stackers can be cost effective in the long run and efficient and minimize the food waste as far as we discussed till now. And also manual loading and unloading is actually very expensive in the long run, as we have seen, and with the estimates that you have shown in the previous slides also, it's very clear. And also using this robotic stackers will obviously reduce the cost, and actual cost effectiveness will depend on the previous system that you have been using. There are a lot of systems when it comes to this mechanizing the loading and unloading system. There are already partially mechanized systems which exist with some conveyor belt or some chain block mechanisms, and some machineries which will help people to lift the weight from the ground and till the level of shoulder, so they can lift it easier and they can carry around the warehouse or whatever. So considering all these things, the actual cost effectiveness of fully automating or bringing in robotic stackers will depend on what level it is, and whether will it be profitable. All depends. All comes to that point. Yeah, coming to the part of scalability, and unlike uh, existing systems, these won't have the trouble of scaling. The current system, which is scattered with numerous techniques like chain block or conveyor belt, partially mixed with humans, or entirely manual system, and all these things. This will have some centralization, so that expanding to all the warehouses or having it within certain warehouses or godowns, will not matter much, and also it will give a lot of flexibility to the food distributors on basis of automating a particular part of the entire setup, and all these things can be done very easily. Yeah. Now coming to the point of sustainability. As we already know that there's a certain amount of food grain has been wasted before it comes to our plate from the after it is being purchased from the manufacturer and around with all the middlemen and finally reaching our plates. There's a subtle percentage of food grains being wasted, and this can be reduced by using this robotic stackers, which will handle the gunny bags in such a way that it won't damage the food grains or the gunny bags, so that no grain will fall or it gets damaged, so that it will spoil other food grains depending on the nature of whatever food grain we are transporting through. And also it will increase the productivity. So whenever productivity increases, it eventually increases the business sustainability, so that uh, in less time and less labor you can get done with a lot of work, so that it increases your profit, which will in turn increase sustainability, because sustainability is finally related with society, environment, and economics. There is some amount of food waste at the moment of loading and unloading, and there is another kind of food waste which is wastage, which will happen due to subdued duration of storing it, so that it, it is stored prolonged for a prolonged time, so that it gets spoiled. So the first thing I have already explained, that it will handle it in such a way so that spoil will be reduced. Spoiling due to the handling will be reduced. And also now coming to the prolonged stocking version, here you will know what is the demand and what is supply and all these data perfectly, so that you can optimize the stock and the input and the output with the help of AI data structures and the existing space in your warehouse and the capacity of your warehouse and all these things, so that it will track the entire thing accurately and you can minimize food waste to a great extent. Now coming to the part of easy record keeping. Now as far as now we have been giving lot of importance to AI and all these things. So it is of no use if it is not able to be read by humans or take some meaningful insights from it that is in human readable format. It's a kind of easy record keeping, so that we can integrate it with DOS very easily, and it is also a concern of our problem statement that it should be easily integrated with DOS, so that it will be easy for them to handle at the warehouse or whatever space it is. And with DOS, you can generate reports that how much gunny bag is there in the warehouse, how much is loaded, what kind of food grain, how many gunny bags, where it is stored. All these layouts and data can be stored easily, and the record can be kept very accurately than that of being done in note and manually. So from here on, Anjana Narayanan will take over.
This AI-based robotic stacker gets a huge amount of data and then manipulates its product accordingly. It will just lift the gunny bags in such a way that it does not cause any harm to it and look where empty space is there and just places it. These are the 6 perspectives of our problem: social, economic, cultural, technical, environmental, and political. According to World Economic Forum, one-third of all jobs could be at risk of automation in the next decade. More broadly, workers who can complement the new automation and perform tasks beyond the ability of the machines often enjoy rising compensation. This causes fear in the minds of daily wage laborers. Buying a machine like this is a one-time investment, and just some regular maintenance would be a good to go. These also create new jobs like programmer, data analyst, and robotic engineer. Cultural perspective. As a cultural aspect, there is a change in work culture towards technology-oriented environment. This also changes the type of interaction between the workers and the supervisors. Technical perspective. These type of robots need an input as huge amount of data for processing and improving its quality. This also needs regular intervals of maintained equipment with necessary skills. Next comes the environmental perspective. These robotic stackers can be alterable to diesel engine machines which emits greenhouse gases in the environment. Political perspective. Since jobs of laborers are replaced by these machines, there could be opposition from laborers for their jobs. Government can adopt such machinery keeping in mind the safety of laborers and the efficiency and the time taken by the machines to complete them. Intelligence has the ability to transform 21st century agriculture by increasing efficiency of time, labor, and resources and improving the environmental sustainability. We can assure that the future of AI in agriculture for automating end-to-end crop operations will be compromising. Thank you.